We've moved next door here, and one of the newer businesses, I guess you'd say, here in downtown Greenville is Sadie Grace. And not only do we have the manager of Hallmarks, Kirsten here, but also her husband, Dennis. And Dennis, let's talk just a little bit about the background of this building. Then we'll talk a little bit about what inspired you. We've already talked about what inspired you to put this particular business in, but all the different things you had to go through to open these doors up. So let's talk a little bit about what was this, because people will know as soon as you tell them.
Right. Well, originally this was the Bonfiglio building, which most people would remember the pharmacy being here. And they were in here since the mid-'50s, so they closed in, I believe, 2010. And we purchased the building, or part of the building, from the family. So before that, it was a pharmacy called Engelken's, and that goes back to the mid-'30s. So it's got quite a history of being a pharmacy, and we still get people stop in. Yeah, well, I think they feel the essence of the building, and they know they've been in here before, but they can't really remember what it was. So they'll ask, and we kind of laugh and tell them, it's Bonfiglio's.
Now, you've done quite a bit of work in here. Nick's going to get some shots in the background. This place looks great in here. And the color scheme, did you pick that out, or was that Dennis's?
No, it was definitely me. He kind of fought me on it at first, and we started painting the walls. He's like, I don't think we can handle this. But he got used to it. So.
Well, how long did it take you then from the time you purchased the building to you were ready to open the doors?
Well, it took a good 7 or 8 months. By the time we got all of our permits through and got a design plan, it was a good 8 months. So it was quite a journey. We was kind of like an onion, we peeled it back in layers, and we got the original floors, and we were able to restore the tin ceilings, and it was nice to sort of put back some things that had been here but sort of covered up. So we had to peel all that back and put it back and make it look sort of updated and something the ladies would enjoy. Yeah.
Now, let's talk just a second. When this all started, I mean, you had brand new business owners, and you talk about the licensing and all this stuff. And I think we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the original name. We thought it's Sadie Grace, which is a great name, but originally you thought it was going to be what?
Sadie and Company. We wanted to include the boys in our family too, so we came up with Sadie and Company originally. But it was too close to a different business in Ohio, so we had to change the name, and we used Sadie Grace, which is her full name. So,
do we want to mention what it was similar to? I think it's pretty funny. Go ahead and say it.
It was too close to a gentleman's club. So,
well, out there, that's a strip club, but but yeah. So we worked around that with Sadie Grace. Okay. So when was opening then?
We opened in September of 2012.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
In 2012. And now you're just here on Mondays, right? What do you do then professionally or otherwise?
I do construction. So
okay.
I typically am here on Mondays and then fill in as needed for the different events.
Okay. When you first opened up then, where did you go to buy all your goods and merchandise? And I mean, you had the background at KitchenAid Experience, and you had the background, of course, over here at Hallmark, but my golly, who'd you go to?
That was a big switch, going from buying gifts to buying apparel. That took a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just
nerve?
Research. Yeah, nerve was a big thing. Research, a lot of research. But we've traveled to Atlanta. We have several rep groups that come to us now. But we're getting it down. So.
Okay. So what age groups are you trying to appeal to here then?
Honestly, Alex, we have a huge wide range. We have the teeny boppers up to, we have several 80-year-old women that come in because we keep our clothes modest enough that really anybody can wear it.
Mm-hmm. How far ahead do you have to bring your merchandise in? I mean, here we are, this is being filmed on February 16th, so the spring wear is coming in?
It has started already. It started usually about the second week of January, we start to get our stuff in. And we spread it out over a course. We try to get stuff in for those getting ready to go on spring break, spring weddings, honeymoons, things like that.
Now, you're here on Mondays, so what do you do when somebody comes in and says, well, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? Do you offer your expertise on fashion flair or what?
I do my best, Alex. I've learned a lot. I can tell you what a cardigan is, a tunic. So I've learned a lot along the way, and it's a good chance. My guy friends usually stop in on Mondays and say hi too. So, but no, it's been a learning experience for me, but it's enjoyable, and I'm a owner in the business, so. I've got a vested interest to be here, and I do a lot of the book work and stuff, so that gives me a chance to catch up on that and, do other things. So I tell people I do anything from, I'm the janitor and the CFO.
Okay, you do it all. Right? So to promote your business and so forth, then, are we newspaper, Facebook? What all do you do to promote the business?
A lot of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're on all that. We have billboards, which we've had a great return rate on those.
Good.
And we do some newspaper print also, but social media is a big part of our business.
And that's really changed over, the last 5-10 years. And I know that's hurt the newspaper business as far as advertising, but people nowadays, that's where they get a lot of their information, correct?
That is correct. everything's mobile. Your cell phone, they check out everything as they're moving now.
And I read the paper online, so it's not that I'm not picking it up and
right.
turning the pages, but I'm reading it online. So, there is a place for the newsprint still, and we kind of spread our advertising dollars over all the different medias to try to catch everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyhow, this has been Sadie Grace. So we have the Berghoffs here, Dennis and Kirsten, and certainly appreciate your time. This is going to be part of the series here we're going to do over the next several months. We're going to try to hit as many businesses in the downtown Greenville area as possible and bring them to you here in different groups here on Channel 5. Our next stop is going to be over on West 3rd Street as we're going to talk to Emily Jasinski over there. We'll be back with that in just a moment, but you folks out there, hey, Hallmark's right here. You know where that is. And then stop by and see what they have to offer here at Sadie Grace. Thanks a lot to Kirsten and Dennis. We'll be back in just a moment.